That's right. Thank you guys so much for 0 subscribers. I just want to say the support has been crazy. I've been reading through all your guys' comments. And to show my appreciation, I'm going to be sharing with you a story. Hi there, I'm the Postman, and this story is a pretty quick one. I don't want to ramble too much, so I'll get straight to it. So I woke up one morning, survived another night, didn't painlessly die in my sleep, and I got out of bed to get ready for school. Keep in mind I was 16 or 17 at the time, I can't completely remember, but I know for sure that I was in my last year of high school. So back then, one of my close mates at the time had not long just passed his driver's test and gotten his license. For those of you that don't know, in Australia you get your P plates at the age of 17, or that's the earliest that you can get them in the state that I live. But you get the idea. Anyway, at this point, it was a regular thing that instead of me waiting at the bus stop closest to my street and meeting him on the bus, like every other year prior, I would walk up the road around the corner out of sight from the bus, and he would pick me up on the way. It worked well since our school was north from both our houses and he was about 6-minute drive south of me. So this particular morning I got in the car, I said hey, everything seemed normal. I started discussing the classes we had first up. He had his Bluetooth connected with his music playing. It was all good. Except he wasn't super talkative, and this guy wasn't always the best mentally, right? So I say to him, as we're taking off driving through the suburbs, I go, hey Ben, are you all good? Something up? To which he replies, oh yeah man, I'm just tired. Yeah, you look like you just woke up. Really? You're actually spot on, eh? Like, I woke up probably like 10 minutes ago, got dressed, and came straight here. That's probably why. This whole conversation isn't 100% accurate, but it was something along those lines. The point is, he said 10 minutes ago. He woke up 10 minutes ago and came straight to pick me up. At the time, I didn't really take his clothes or physical ruggedness into account, but I was instead more focused on his tone and facial expressions. I guess it was because around then he'd still recently broken up with his ex-girlfriend, and I knew from a few D&Ms that it had a huge impact on his mental health. But being the dumb kid that I was, in the moment I just brushed it off and went on my phone as the conversation faded and the music continued playing. We eventually exited the back roads and entered onto the highway. At this point, not too much else was said. I wasn't really one to pry, especially considering we'd previously spoken on the topic not too long ago. So instead of opening up a new conversation, I simply sat scrolling through Instagram. Quick side note, during high school I followed a lot of meme accounts on Instagram, and for a long time it was my main source for finding, funny videos to show my friends. So cut back to this story, about halfway into our trip to reach school, I find a video on my feed that I wanted to show him. Before I get the chance to turn my phone towards him, I look up and notice we were much more over to the right than the car in front of us. I turn my head a little bit more and the car is a good chunk over the line, creeping into the next lane over. Keep in mind, this is in peak morning traffic and there are plenty of cars around. So a lot of things went through my head at that moment. I knew my friend was a sad guy. I mean, battling depression, a big breakup, not so good home life, but I knew he wasn't going to take me with him. And I'd already peered over. I knew he was awake. I knew he was conscious and his eyes were open. But as we get closer to the other lane, I know he has no reason to change since our exit was only a few Ks away. And at this point, he still hadn't indicated, so I say in an above average volume, yo, what song is this? Huh? What song is this? Like, what's the song playing? Now at that moment, he doesn't freak out or jolt the car back into the lane, but he slowly moves back, not saying another word or calling any attention to it. Luckily, no one beeped at him, nothing. I mean, there were cars all around us. If anything, the people behind us were probably just a bit confused for a good 30 seconds or so, and then the crisis was averted. He wasn't trying to take a quick trip to the gates upstairs, and he wasn't trying to take me with him, but he was genuinely out of it until that point. So after that, I asked him a second time what song was playing, and now, very lively, he tells me to check his phone and see what it has on the screen. I open it up and I checked the song. I didn't really care, but I did it. We take the exit shortly after and arrive near the school, safe and sound. From the car park, we walked through the school entry towards our lockers, and after a bit of chatting and me finally showing him the video on my phone from Instagram, he goes, hey, by the way, I didn't want to tell you until we got here because I didn't want to freak you out, but I actually didn't sleep at all last night. I lied. Battling depression, a big breakup. This guy wasn't always the best mentally. Sad guy. What? So that's it. Not a super exciting story, I live a very boring life, but I want to do more videos like this with friends and such in the future, so if you enjoyed this, please show your support by liking, sharing this video with a friend, and commenting how you found this video. I think it helps the algorithm, I don't really know, but regardless, thank you so much for watching. Bye.